All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So yes, no tickets yet. um, I think Stream Elements is having a difficult time here. It has me logged in, but there's nothing over there. So I think that they are having database issues on this Friday. Right? I know that it's working because the overlay is working, but it says that there are no people. The bot is currently not in your chat. Okay. Yeah, don't know. I think Stream Elements is having some problems. So, all right. Looks like there'll be no contest for today. It looks like it'll get rolled into Monday. I guess once it figures it out. But yeah, it is logged in. Excuse me. I don't know. Weird. No idea. Again, they're pretty reliable. So, oh well. Where's this? Yeah, well, looks like no ticket today. No tickets today, guys. I know that's it. Everybody's like, that's it. Log off. No tickets. Can't do it. Can't do it. Anyway, so right now we're getting a lot of fast and furious comments right now. It seems to be the, market open. That's it. Everybody, let's make our comment right now. And we mentioned that, it could potentially get like this. And yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing right now. A few different comments in there. We had Harker actually speaking a while ago that says basically this process needs to be methodical. And again, completely agree with this one. Again, this isn't a speech on Bloomberg. We don't know how long we'll have to keep rates high. If there's a recession, it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be long. Restrictive is clearly above 2. How much more than that we'll see. It's not my forecast that we'll see a severe recession. So, again, pretty decent comments. And then Bostic just a couple minutes ago. And again, Bostic's out there. It's like, hey, how could I screw up the markets today? I know what I say is all over the place. And, Monday I'm going to change my tune anyway. But he's like, if the data's robust, I'll lean towards 75 in September, right? Says if data is softer, like PCE today, I'll lean towards 50, right? So it seems like Bostic is using 50 as his baseline, and then if it's strong, which again, it hasn't been strong lately, but it looks like we're definitely going to see a 50, which again, 50 is, in reality, 50 is not low, but compared to 75, I guess you could say that yes, 50 is technically low. So what does that do today for the markets? Probably going to make things interesting because I highly doubt this is the last comment that we're going to see, right? Again, he's continuing to roll through. The economy has been creating a lot of jobs each month, and we want to see that slow down. Yeah, we've talked about that. I'd be fine with some labor market weakness, but we're a long way from that. Would like to get another 100 to 125 basis points higher than we are now, and sooner than later, which again, this is him doing his, no, it's strong. No, it's weak. No, it's strong, right? So I don't think he's done. I think there are more comments coming this morning. Obviously the economy is responding, but it's still a long way away. Yeah. Powell is not likely to tell investors what they want to hear at Jackson Hole. love when those super positive comments. So again, I think it's going to be a morning of headlines. Right now on the currency front, you can see that it's all looking dollar weakness, right? You're seeing a lot of the movement right now. The euro, this is all, here, I'll just click it right over. That's what we're seeing right now because of these comments, it's funny. They're kind of playing both sides of the equation, right? No, it's strong. And the market's like, don't care what you say. We're doing this anyway. But you're seeing like the euro is up 100. Is the euro strong? Yeah, the euro is actually not doing bad. But the pound is also not, doing horribly bad either. Aussie's up a little bit. You're seeing dollar count down 26, dollar Swiss, dollar yen. Again, both of these were high in the curve. We knew that those were in areas. But most of it's been within the last really 30 minutes. But the euro dollar, again, up 104. Decent day. But you can see half of that is literally in the last 60 minutes. So, again, I think today's, we mentioned, a couple times this week, Jackson Hole was going to be that comments, give us an idea of what's happening next. What does it look like? And that's kind of where we're at today. Oh, here you go, Bullard. The pace of rate increases matters, right? Starting to see from real effects, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I mean, yeah, he's not wrong. Today's market reacts fast to policy projections. Repeats he prefers getting to the three. Yeah, yeah. So Bullard's on the high end, but even Bullard's saying 375 to 4. If you look back to, you know, Bostic saying that, where's he at? Another 100 to 125. So, I mean, they're not off, right? They're not crazily off. But I think we're going to get more headlines today. And then again, Powell speaking at 10 o'clock today. I mean, think about it. Can Powell throw a complete monkey wrench into all this? Yeah, absolutely. Right? Because he's really the one that matters the most. We know where Bostic is going to, Bostic is going to try to play both sides of the fence, right? We know that, Bullard, we know that he's going to go strong, right? We know that he's going to go strong, and there's not much we can do about that, right? Where else? Let me see. Is anybody else speaking today? I don't think there's any other major headlines. No. Sorry, I just wanted to check that out real quick. Okay, sorry. What? No. Okay. Yeah, so I don't see. I don't know. I think Powell's going to be a big. I think this has some major market moving potential. We're kind of seeing the markets kind of fluctuate back and forth. Russell obviously popping up and down, whipsawing everybody out. But I think there's more to come. And then University of Michigan consumer sentiment should be interesting. They're saying that sentiment is going to get better. I don't know. I mean, we're seeing the job destruction growth and all that kind of, we're seeing that kind of stuff go in the right direction, and we're seeing the economy look good, go in the right direction. Does that mean that the sentiment is good? That the economy is on the up and up? I don't know. So kind of an interesting projection. I don't always understand the projections sometimes with the sentiment. And again, it is those people in Michigan. So, we can never trust the people in Michigan, right? Sorry, Sean. Just messing with you. All right. So with that said, again, tomorrow, day 3 of Jackson Hole, but there's no markets open for us to trade. Sunday, nothing. And then Monday, nothing as well. Whoops. I was like, wait, there should be something. Oh, no, there's not. Excuse me. No, until Tuesday. Right? Consumer confidence right there. All right. And JOLTS. Actually, JOLTS is predicted to be a little bit. JOLTS is going to be the big one. This is the big data that he's talking about as far as the labor market goes. All right. So let's roll into the charts. Obviously, VIX kind of going down before the market. Again, just in the overnight, what could happen? What was the data going to be? The data is out now, and it's a little bit softer, pushing it back down again, which is not bad. But you can see, even with all this about, hey, listen, it's weak. Yeah, we could go lower. We're going to see what it looks like. It's starting to work. All the indices are still like, they're all still a little bit in the red, right? And the reason why, obviously, is because, again, it's still going to be a raise, right? It's starting to work, but we're going to go higher. Definitely 1 more %, right? Maybe by the end of the year, we'll get to 4. Wouldn't that be great, going 2.8 to 4? Actually, it would be higher than that. If it went to 4, mortgage rates should be up, but I don't know. With housing crashing the way that it is, who knows where it'll go. Dollar, obviously doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, it's coming back to an area here where we definitely had some chop back and forth, right? So we're getting pretty close to it. But again, we're 15 minutes. Could it come down to here and then Powell be like, hey, listen, we're going to do at least another percentage point by the end of the year? And could that shoot it right back up? It could. I mean, that's kind of how the ping pong effect is working right now. All right. Let's go right into some charts here. All right. So yesterday, look at this, man. Aussie dollar came back, and I think we mentioned this, that this is where you like that's where profit should be taken. We draw these things a lot of times. We always want to make sure that we draw them with a projection of a 1 to 3, but you got to be cautious of where the opposing side is. Excuse me. How's that for rock solid? Hip was up a bunch last night. Sorry, guys. Look at this. Banged right off of it. Banged off of it again. Banged off of it again. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, talk about, wanting to drive lower. Man, ding, ding, ding. I mean, hit here and went past it. Here and touched it again. Here, touched it again. Halfway back, touched it again. Man, those are some rock solid buyers in there. So, I mean, it's definitely an area that we can mark off. Again, are we taking longs off of it? No. I mean, it's been there a bunch, and it didn't really explode. It really chopped through a bit there. So, it is an area right now where I would say as much dollar weakness as we've seen, we are just touching the 50. I would say based off of what Powell says, it's probably more of an opportunity to take this one short. Yeah, I mean, is there an entry there though? The problem is there's nothing here. I mean, like we have this zone here that we've kind of touched already, which is the 61.8. I don't know. Can Powell screw this up enough to send it that much higher? I mean, maybe. I mean, it's only 30 pips. Powell can absolutely blink and make it move 30 pips. Oh, I don't know. I just feel there's been so much movement so far, and again, it's been European move, right? I'm gonna have to do another one if it's gonna do this, like drawing with crayons, right? I need to figure out how to set that. There's got to be somewhere a setting that I can do size, like um, can I save the icon? Oh, I can change it. No visibility. I got to be able to save it. I cannot. This monstrous like drawing with crayons one is driving me nuts. Anyway, I would say Aussie dollar. Look for a reversal in here. Kind of hesitant with 13 minutes to go before Powell speaking, though. But I do feel that this turns and kind of gets into an opportunity where it comes back and rolls. Is there going to be any more problems in here? No, just at one level. Man, I wish there was something. I wish there was something else in there, but there's not. Sorry, I'm looking at the other platform real quick. Why is it not giving it to us? It'd be nice if there was something, but there's not. All right, so yeah, I would say turn and reversal back down again. If you are going to get short, look to take profit again. You want to be more on the conservative side. 69.56, right, where we've seen these levels. It is not a Harry Potter candidate, although there is an area here where it could bounce through and then push all the way back down to 69.10. As much as we've chopped through, I mean, really clean hits, 1, 2, and this would be hit number 3. If we base in there for 4, yeah, it could shoot another little push back down again, and that'd be a nice little 40 pip move. Again, that would be a lot of strength. So Powell would have to say something to slam it and kind of have it hold in here. And actually, what it would probably do is slam through, pull back up again, and then continue to deteriorate down is probably what it's going to do. But like I said, Powell in 12 minutes could really screw this up for a lot of people. So just be cautious with it because obviously he is a big mover. He can definitely change the trajectory of this market. But I think, if for some reason, we do pop up. Where the heck did it go? If we do pop up the 70.23 on what he says, look for a base and look for a roll. If he shoots us down below this level, right, look for a pullback probably to here. I'm assuming that it'll go through and bounce in here, right? Let's move this one. I'm assuming that that's where it would do its bounce from. Just make sure you can draw a triangle in there, all right? But then look for that to push all the way down to 61.10. Okay. Aussie. So Aussie yen, we are in an area right now, and it's kind of an interesting spot. This is one of those ones that you almost kind of want to take it down and wait for a confirmation that it's leaving. We have the, and again, I dropped it to a 15 to get a little bit better of a look on this one. This is one, too, that there's obviously risk involved with it. I mean, what Powell says is going to affect the yen. And again, where it's at right now with it driving back up again, it is in an area where we could see Aussie weakness coming back in. Because remember, Aussie is kind of a proxy for gold. Gold is down a little bit. Silver's up a little bit. So it's kind of like mixed right now. If he talks about, we need the need for crushing inflation, has a very hawkish stance on, crushing inflation that, it's not working right now. Again, that's a sell for a sell for gold, which is also weakness, which shoots us down. The other stuff that he can say as well, obviously, he could bring yen strength back into this because again, being a proxy for the stock market, it's kind of in a short setup. What is the risk on this one? It's only like 13, so I mean, it's not even monstrous. But again, you're kind of understand that you are playing with fire a little bit on this one, right? 1 of 3 is sitting right there, right? Kind of makes sense, profit targets. I mean, there's one, and again, you got to expect a little bit of a hiccup right there. So it's kind of like take profit 1, take profit 2 in those. I know that neither of those two is straight, and it's going to drive me nuts. It wasn't as far off as I thought. There. That was pretty close. There. So there's kind of like your shoe top profit targets for that one. All right. I don't think. Let me pull it up real fast, real quick. I should have had it up. By the way, got a text message from Todd yesterday. He said to tell everybody I said hello. He starts his new job on Monday. We were going to try to touch base yesterday, but I didn't get an opportunity to chat with him. But he did ask me, he's like, how well do you know traditional options? So I don't know. I don't know if he's on the CVOE or I don't know. But yeah. And he supposedly has some rumors for me. So I was like, I'd love to hear the rumors. I love me some rumors. Hold on, I'm pulling this up. There is actually a knockout. It's about $25 risk down for 50 profit. It's one of the small ones. I wish they would just do 100. It'd be so much better if you did 100. Why do these 75 things? Nobody likes 75s. There is a knockout actually sitting right above this one. Is there a call spread? I feel like no. I love it. They're monstrous call spreads, right? They're monstrous daily call spreads, but then the knockouts are like 75 pips. They're like little tiny ones. Nope. No. I mean, like none of the call spreads are even remotely close. They are just absolutely just monstrous. $500 daily Aussie yen call spreads. Like, right. And they wonder why no one trades them. How cheap is it to the downside here? That's not bad. So there's a daily Aussie yen that's about $18 worth of risk. It needs to move 30 pips. What is it? 95.20. 95.20. So right there. Right there. Not horrible. It'll be at 3, so 2 more ticks. Right there. Kind of a cheap one. And again, could PAL slam through? Yeah. But just understand there's additional risk in something like that. But that would be before end of day. Obviously, you're not carrying that one over the weekend. But 5 hours and 6 minutes to go on it. A little $18 worth of risk on it. I guess 19 now. It's popping a little bit. Somebody's listening. Funny, they're still showing a red candle. I'm on a 15. That's why. But what you could do on this one too is, again, if you don't want to play the PAL game, we do have a red. We'll see where the green stops. If it does not go higher than the red, it opens us up if we do have a red. Unfortunately, the next candle is when PAL speaks, so I don't think it'll be a small red. But if you got a red, green, red, or if the market doesn't, if PAL says nothing magically, but we do get the red, green, red, it is giving us a confirmation for a push back down. So we do kind of have a setup there. If you guys are looking for something for Aussie yen. Euro. So look at this. We sliced through it. Again, the comments were just too strong. The data was just too strong. Again, that was the European Open. Again, European Open right here. Magically, look at this. It's like they knew, right? The very, very bottom was when the market opened. Pulled all the way up, 6 o'clock. A little bit of a pullback. It missed the 530 retracement just by a little bit. Came back down, used parity, and bam! All the way back up again. 65 pips above parity. So right now, let's bring this down. You can see that we sliced through. Look, the original bounce was off of the 23.6, although just a little bit of a hiccup. Just a bit outside. And we're kind of approaching a level here. So I would say as well, this is so much dollar weakness. Again, since the European Open today, I mean, it's 130 pips, right? That's a big move. 130 pips in 6 hours? Yeah, it's kind of a big one. Can PAL continue with the weakness? I feel like at this point that everybody else is talking weak. I feel like PAL almost has to be like, listen, we're going to continue. We're not going to be swayed by data, right? We're not going to be swayed by data. We needs to go, which I guess I feel like that's I don't know. I feel like it's setting it up for that. I don't know. Let me see. Is there a knockout that makes any sense that's not extremely overly priced? That was a trick question. Oh, there is. There's one for like $16. There is a tiny one. Right? There's a tiny one. It's kind of one of those ones. It's like, you're so close. Right? I mean, PAL has the ability to just completely screw this one up. I mean, you're literally at the peak. Is anything going to happen until PAL speaks? I don't know. Right? Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of, it's like right there. It's like, man, is it worth the risk? I don't know. It's you know, it's one of those 100 pip ones. So this is actually not a bad one or $100 one. It's not, this is actually not a horrible trade. It's at a level we can see it. I mean, we know we got a little selling right here. We got a little bit more room to run on it. So, it's in the right area, but like I said, Powell could really screw this one up really fast, really fast. Yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate. Um, mm, 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 mm. It's funny. I was watching. I had my Nitix start up. It's funny. It's got. I guess it's on a 30-minute. It's printed. Yeah, it's running away. It's starting to run away. Sorry, I'm just trying to. It's definitely running away. All right. All right, so that one's there. Euro pound. So you're seeing the European weakness come in as well, and we kind of talked about this. It ended up slicing through this 50. It ended up hitting it, kind of basing, and then pushing back again, and then it was like, hey, listen, we're going to make an effort to go down. And it was like, just kidding. So right now, it is getting a little bit higher up in the curve. We do know we're above the 60% mark at this point. It wasn't really a clean entry up top. And again, the problem with this one is it's just been pretty hard to kind of grab ahead of time. Reason why is because, again, this is just very, very choppy, not any clean entrances or anything like that. So we can remove this now. We can kind of pull this. Really, I mean, 85 is the best one. I know we're seeing a bit of a pullback right now, but I mean, just not a lot in that one, right? Just not a lot in that one. So, yeah. What was the European news? Looming euro. I love it. Now it's looming. The recession should not slow or halt ECB policy. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's the right stance on this, right? That is the right stance, right? Yeah, that's the right stance. I don't know what they're going to do with it though. Man, there's so much. It's kind of like, is Powell going to screw this up? So by the way, so it looks like that same knockout now. It's up to $20 risk, 20 for 80, right? 20 for 80. With this looming data here. So again, it's in a good area. I just feel like, again, there's a lot that can mess this one up. Just understand that there's there's a lot going on with this one. So Euro pound. Take it for what it's worth. Again, it's been pretty much straight up European strength. We'll see some profit taking coming in. Again, talking about going 0.75 is absolutely amazing, and it's the right stance to take for them, knowing that, hey, listen, we're going in a recession, but we got to get inflation under control. We can't keep pushing it down the road. Great way to do it, right? Great way to handle it. And again, I think they're doing it right there. But I would start to see a little bit of a reversal and a rollback again. Euro yen. So Euro yen, we had a couple things drawn on this one yesterday. You can see that the 61, again, I'll pull these off. That was, I believe, opening prints. 26, we pulled through. Don't need this one. It sliced through this top with no problem. So again, nice slice. 71 was tagged. Actually, it pulled through this one as well. Again, that was an old level. So let's see. Did we tag the top? Yeah, it's off of this right now. All right. And we're at the 78, so we can delete that too. Man, look at this. We can delete all fibs. Actually, this one could be gone too because that tagged the 78. So I don't need that either. So many fib destruction. All right. So that's interesting. Look at that. We got something right there. Look at that. Right down the middle. By the way, that one that was like $16 is already up. If you wanted to do the same sell, it's already at 41. So it's yeah, you've already doubled your money on that one. What was the sentiment? What did it come in as? Wow. Look at that. People in Michigan are loving the warm weather up there. 58? Wow, look, it was supposed to be better, but that's a big hit. That's a big hit right there. Look at that. Everything is great. You want to raise those interest rates? Go for it. And then again, this is what we're right. Oh, here it is. Look, the totality of data, basically saying like, yeah, we got some bad stuff, but that's not the end of the world, right? Uh huh. Uh huh. Go, Mr. Powell. So yeah, so he's playing games. So he's basically trying to tell you like, yeah, we're still raising it. Just because there's one doesn't mean we're slowing down. We're keeping our foot on this accelerator. Interesting. And again, I kind of assumed that he was kind of coming with something a little bit more hawkish in there. So not. I'm not necessarily surprised. Good way to put it, though. Good way to put it. Got to give him credit for that one. Great way to put it there. All right. Good. So again, we are high in the curve. I would say look for this one to start reversing for a couple different reasons. Again, we are sitting in a current, strong euro situation. The last time we were up here, though, we did push. So as far as great reversal opportunity, not so much. I mean, if we don't really have much of a reaction right here, we are seeing the euro dollar come back down again. It is now kind of flopped in the opposite direction. Has not gone out the downside yet, but it's obviously there. It's about halfway through, right? We're at the peak, and it's about halfway through at this point on that knockout. So not too bad, and going lower. Whoa! I just lost all my prices on the next platform. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Yeah. All right. So it is in a reversal area at this point. If we have no more crazy market movement, look for a reversal right now at around the 10:30 time frame. Again, not fresh, not the freshest of levels, but it is a level that we've definitely had sellers coming in. We don't have another area coming in until up top. So if we do kind of push through, this could be a level for Sunday night if we're able to kind of jump up into this level here at 138.33. Okay. Pound dollar. So pound dollar heading straight back down. Unfortunately, again, this one was kind of stuck. The Europeans kind of set it up, and it's more or less, this has been a pound weakness, dollar weakness in the overnight. But again, it was up in a one candle base right at 9:30. We knew what was going to come in, and you're seeing this kind of push back down again. So we're seeing the profit taking stepping in from it. Really no difference from where we were yesterday. If we were sitting right here, right there, 10:30. We are now 12 pips. 12 pips away. It says 29 right here, but according to this chart, it looks like I'm using the top and bottom of the candles, but not that much movement. We're really pulling back down again, and we're just up, down, and sideways. We're still waiting for 119.22 and 117.34, top and bottom, and we're smack right down in the middle. So this is probably going to be a weekend thing. Pound yen. So pound yen actually did have an interesting setup in here. We were pulling up right ahead of time, and you can see it's really having a hard time with it. There was a base here that had been touched. We had this level here, and we had another level right above it. So a lot in there. This is what we need. We need the yen reversal to kick in. Remember, it's kind of a proxy, so it's kind of a weak right now. Not quite as bad. Right? You're seeing like the Aussie yen skyrocketing. So it's a weak yen, right? Strong dollar, weak yen. Unfortunately, this is the weak scenario, which again is the one scenario we don't necessarily like as much. We like to have the strong pair kind of determining reversals, but this is the area. We can see we've kind of chopped a little bit through right at the 50. And again, at this point, these sellers are gone, but it is gone in the top section, so we can remove them. And now the question is, are the 6180s going to step in? The news is out. I mean, again, obviously Powell will have additional headlines in. These are his opening remarks. Right, we can all see it now. The labor market, but it is out of balance. July's lower inflation news are welcome, but fall short of what is required for the Fed. Yeah, so basically, these are rolling through. While higher interest rates, slow growth, and labor bring down, they also bring some home. But the failure to restore price stability would mean far greater pain. Yes, he's right there. I mean, he's not wrong. But these are the comments that are coming in, and people are like literally hinging on this one right now. So again, I think if we can make it through his speech and we have not blown this 61.8 level out, I think this could be a short opportunity, and look for this to turn and roll back down again. Question is, what is going to be that boom that he slams home with, right? It may already be out at this point. It may already be out. But you're still looking for it. Dollar CAD. Surprised that dollar CAD is rallying? No, it went down in the overnight. Again, based at 9:30. right? Waiting for that speech to come out, and then again the 9:30 opening, boom, off to the races from all the comments. So 129.73 is still the area we're looking for. This is that double-double, the 50-50. I would say be cautious with it. Again, we got to make it through his speech before anything happens here. Him saying that, hey, listen, all the data matters, not just one data point. What people are going to analyze this and going to say, hey, these couple bad readings, it means he's going to look at everything, right? Bostic has already said, the PCE. Now I'm curious to see if he's using this as an excuse. Maybe he's using this as an excuse to do a 0.5 and justify the lower, kind of pulling back now. Because if PCE is bad, he's like, no, it was all the bad data the reason why we held back, right? It wasn't just that. So again, I'm not listening to the speech because I'm on with you guys, but I wonder if that's what he's going to say. That, hey, listen, PCE comes out and it's absolutely, showing that zero inflation exists, right? Yeah, he's playing quite the political game right now. Quite the political game. All right. So, yeah, I like that one, but it looks like we're messing around. If we can make it to here at 10:30 and we start to base, then yeah, look for it to pull back again as we see comments. Like I said, whatever he says, somebody else is going to say something later on. It's just going to be, dependent upon what that really looks like. It is a nice level. If we don't break that by this weekend, this could be an interesting spot to start off with, right? Particularly because, like the oil scenario, right? Oil can definitely get involved this weekend. I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday. I guess Putin has now requested 137,000 additional troops or whatever. I don't know how he's getting them, but he's requesting more troops. Don't know what that means, but could be a fun oil weekend, which again, higher oil prices would bring strength into the CAD, so we can open up in that area. That could turn and roll us back to the downside. But look at this. Pretty interesting 9:30 bottom, 9 o'clock bottom. So I think, yeah, you got to respect that on the downside too. But that's, whoops, right there. All right. Dollar Swiss. All right. We talked about this yesterday. 1, 2, 3 touches. Wouldn't hold again. It didn't make it to the full profit target though. This one actually missed by just a little bit, 8 pips. We'll leave it on there for right now. Europeans were right here. I don't think we're getting all the way down today. Maybe price is definitely rallying back up again. What else is he saying? It's the last one on here. It was the Michael Derby one. Nothing else yet. Yeah, markets are definitely pulling back quick. I don't think in 9 minutes he's done, but yeah, look at that. Boom, boom. So I think people are absorbing the data now. They're like, does he mean maybe PCE? If it's bad, we have to look at all the other stuff? Is he making excuses now? Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this does have the ability to push down the 95.56. If it does, I think then we could have a potential buy area for that one. But yeah, interesting watching this roll back again. Interesting. Oh, that's a new message. The underlying market is currently closed. Check the opening hours of the trading market page. It's a new one. Anybody ever seen that message before? I had that knockout clicked. That knockout went all the way down, was basically what? It was at like 66 or 70 and 30 in the opposite direction. So it was a pretty decent, 1 to 3, and then has reversed all the way back now. It's interesting that that's the message that you have now, right? For a stop that, I mean, that's not technically correct, right? Right? It's the market's not closed. There's not an asset there to trade anymore, but the market's not closed. Interesting. I think that's a new message. Anyway, 95. This could be a nice little roll here if we can get all the way down. And if not for today, depending on when we hit that level, again, be time sensitive about this one. I mean, a 1 to 3 is only right there. That could be a nice little bounce on Sunday night. So again, kind of lining up. That's a nice little lineup. Another 30 pips to the downside. Oof, could be coming in. There's probably a headline associated with that. Let's see what it is. Look at the same thing. All the way up, all the way back down again and coming lower. So we're looking for 135.77. Could we get down there? Potentially. And again, this is an old level. Look for this profit target to be hit first. And the profit target is kicking in actually a little bit higher. So again, if you are short in this play, 135.85, but you can see what the wick up looks like and the push down does. In 15 minutes, it'll be closed right here. It just shows you that it is literally breaking. It's stopping people out in both directions with no real determinate, direction. But yeah, so we're looking for this, which that's a 23. So again, sideways channeling, we didn't really hit either level. Look at that. Now they are literally just whipping everybody out. Oh, you want to go long? Oh yeah, okay. You want to go short? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And again, dollar US is, dollar yen is probably the worst thing that you could play with this right now. Just because it's like, oh my God, how many proxies can we throw into one thing? I claim 500. What? An additional 1,000 be emotional stress. Emotional stress? Yeah. You guys are just claiming points now. So, yeah, watch out for that one. Interesting. Look at Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin spiked up and rallied on that one. Then I was like pulling back again. Look, you can see what the ATR is doing. It's getting a little crazy. Ethereum probably doing the same thing. Yeah, it's same type pop on there. Doji, same type pop, but in kind of a different place. What are bonds doing? Bonds going up. Interesting that bonds are rallying forward. Nice move in TLT higher. Although TLT, I will say, all the movement right now, you can see that TLT has had a base, confirmed down, kind of got front run, and we're approaching that level again. So there is sellers, but it did push those sellers literally to the brink. So interesting that we are seeing bonds rally right now. Right? That inverse relationship at play. All right, let's switch over. Yeah, dollar has finally pushed down. Look at that. It's funny. I find it very interesting. The market, in trying to decipher what they're saying, the market like almost discounts what they say. They're like, "Yep, everything that guy just said is BS." Right? I mean, some of the the things that they have said have I mean, they're still technically raising interest rates, right? They're nothing there is changing. Let's see, hold on one sec. Yeah, so interesting that's where we're getting the turn in the Dixie. I really want to see if we can hold for the next 15 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, they're basically, this is what they're talking about. He hasn't given us anything else. So, yeah, I think we're waiting for the next headline. So if we can hold and maintain here, like I said, a lot of this will be kind of factored in at this point. I think we can kind of get, I mean, again, we're seeing the dollar head straight down. We're also seeing all the indices in the red, right? VIX is at 1.29. I don't know if the markets are red because they're like, yeah, we're driving you into a recession, but at the same time, it's like, but we're not going to raise interest rates. So interesting spot, but again, we can kind of see where we are versatile-wise. Interesting that this is pushing up. I would say their comments were all a little bit more bearish with things that we're starting to see it affect the economy. If it's in a recession, it's not going to be a bad recession. Again, any acknowledgement of recession and just be like, yeah, we don't think it'll be bad. I mean, nobody has any confidence in what they're saying, but interesting that this is going up. I would actually assume that we would be pushing down. I was actually half expecting us to be looking and talking about this 90.83 level. You can see this slice through. Here's the question. Is that overnight high and low? It is. That's what I was wondering. I was wondering if that is going to be an area of some selling. 93.55. So 93.55 definitely provides an interesting level because, like I said, recession continuing to make things worse, long term, etc. These are all things that should send the price down, not up. But I mean, here's testing your basing level, right? Base. We did just pull up. Is it going to Harry Potter off of that one first and then come down and grab this 90.83 level? I think we have the ability to get down there unless there's like a major headline in the in the opposite direction. Question is, do we turn from here, or do we actually go up to the 93? Now, remember, this market does close a little bit earlier, so if you are trading oil, I do think oil closes in the red today. It does push down. Just don't know. Man, it's definitely a pullback. I don't want to go too insane with oil. Is this a 50 though? It is. There'll be intraday traders that are looking at this and they'll be like, oh, look at this. 50, 61.8 right there, baby. Right there. Yeah, I feel like in the next 5 minutes, if we aren't able to break through, I think this turns and rolls. I think this turns and rolls, and like I said, it's kind of that Harry Potter. And the funny thing is about this again, old violated level, right? And then base used it, hit it again, broke through. We're looking for the base and the pullback. It came back and touched it. When you do run a fib on that one, and again, just the overnight high to low fib, it is right at a 50. It's the 50, 61.8 is the old violated level. So it's kind of set up more that way. I'd like to see what the additional headline is to send this lower, but I would say 90.81 is probably at the target today. Natural gas, again, look at the chop back and forth. It did. We talked about this one. I drew this one for you guys right afterwards, and I say, hey, listen, look for this to come down. Right, it was one of these. I was like, hey, look for this to come down. It did it instantly. Literally, we got off the stream. I expected it would be a slow grind. It didn't. Instead of being this direction, it was here, and it went straight down. So it came down. It touched, right? And then came right back up and went right to where it was before, right? So, where are we at? There we go. So, yeah, it was a very, very quick down, and then it grind, eventually popped through, and then kind of used it in the opposite direction. So you can see the 50 became a big level, wasn't anything big, but we talked about the 61.8, and that's actually what we just pounced off of right now, and you're seeing it kind of push lower. For this level, again, this was an old violated level. We had 3 touches. We came back up. This is the first retouch of it again. Again, with all this here, it does not qualify for a trend continuation, but you're going to have those 61.8 traders come in. It didn't actually make it to 61.28 here. I'll use a horizontal line just so you know I'm not. You can see the difference. It did not hit it, and it's already started to pull back again. It's in close proximity, and this is the problem that I have with fibs is everybody knows where they are. I mean, it's not hard to draw this high to this low, right? Not hard. And you can say, well, we get it to 50. Yeah, we got it. And then came up, and it's like, but did that reach your full profit target? I mean, a lot of people use 50 and 23.6, right? Did that come all the way down? No, it didn't. And then it drove up, and it's literally playing up here. So, I mean, if you're take on that loss. Remember, that's why we use supply and demand first, and we use fibs for confirmations, not the other way around. We'll say there was a decent pop off of this. Actually, I'd probably do it from there. Right? I have to put it on the red. It's got to be right there. That's probably a 1 and 3 too, isn't it? Whoops. How far? Was there room? Yep, there is. 1 and 3 is right there. So nice little level. Again, if you're a pure fib trader and you're trading a 61.8er, right? It's like the 1%er club, right? If you're trading 61.8, you did not get in, and you're 2/3 of the way to profit already on that one. But it was the old violated zone that we had marked up before that we'd hit a few times. 1, 2, and 3. We popped up. 4 broke it, came up, and there was the retest. See if that one gets all the way down. But I don't think this one gets below 935. I think this one ends up pushing higher. So again, seeing the deterioration right now. But I think again, if you are short, there's your 1 to 3 target. But don't get super greedy on this one. I don't think it's worth running all the way down to this 960. 930. I'm sorry, not 960. 938.5 would be the longest that I let this thing go. Don't let it go any longer than that. You'll be getting greedy. Gold. How about that for whipsawing back and forth? So, and not necessarily, I'm not really surprised. Again, trying to decipher that message, what he just said, right? One sec. No? Okay. Um, is it good? Is it bad? Is he raising interest rates? What are we doing? Right? Let's see. Do we have another headline? Nope. I was waiting for another one. I feel like there's another one in this one. Anyway, all right. So we talked about the level down here at 1742. We knew we had a base, and you can see we're still basing in it. We talked about a potential Harry Potter setup right here, and you can see it hit it again and hit it again, and now it's actually breached it. So it's kind of set up more for that going into the future. We knew pulling up and down. You can see that it broke the 50, went up, and then came back down and grabbed the 61.8. So there would have been definitely buyers stepping in. Remember, gold, natural gas, oil, silver. Obviously, extremely technical traded markets. People don't really have access into kind of the fundamentals of these. So not as easy of a run. This would have been, you could have taken it long from there, but I think it's pretty risky. At this point, I'd be looking for this to deteriorate farther down. And again, it may not hit today, but, as of right now, this is what this is looking like when we get the confirmation. The 1 to 3 is sitting right there. There's your opposing zone. You can see it's ahead of it. Looks like profit at 1731. So keep an eye on this one. When we're able to break through that 1741, 41-ish area, we can just make this 50 just to make it a little bit cleaner, right? Right there. Again, that would be the next break of the 61.8 level. Stop a bunch of people out. It would turn and roll back down again. And we are sitting in a Harry Potter type scenario. The 78.6 is in there. I don't care about that as much. It's not as big a level for me. Some people really like it. But for the most part, I'm not necessarily concerned about it. So when we do come down and break it, remember, this is also a short market. It doesn't, stay open the full day. Just keep that on your radar. And again, maybe we don't break it today. Maybe we get into there Sunday night and we start to see the deterioration back down again. Because remember, gold is not just a U.S. traded device. The euro talking about 0.75. That even though there's a recession, we need to break inflation. We need to crush the inflation cycle right now. Again, when everybody's doing it, those are all negative things for gold. So should see it coming down. And now silver obviously is taking the big hit, and that's the silver draw from yesterday. We hit the profit, and you can see it came right back up into it again. There's your 930, and whippy, yes, but you can see it went well past again. If I just, there was the original trade, but being in Newswise, nice little whip back in. And again, all the way out the bottom side, back to where it should have gone. Looking for clean in silver. I still think 1878, and again, carrying up top, 1958 is top and bottom. Those are the two areas that we're kind of looking for, and this is level it again. We had some testing in there. Could you have taken something on it? I don't even know. What are the binaries looking like on this one? Let's see. It would have been a 930. Would have been 10. So yeah, it would have been the 9 to 11 for silver. Let's see. At 9 o'clock, we were at 33. So yeah, it looks like 16 and 10 would have been the two binaries that you'd have been looking for short. So what is that? What did I just say? 16 and 10? Yeah. So 16 is there. 10 is there. And you can see it went well past it. Being right at that the 1913, although you know what? This one was priced really weird. It should have been, the at the money should have been the 22 and 16, but instead at 9, it looks like this final push is what screwed this one up a little bit. Not screwed up, but changed where the at the money was. It would have been at 33, and there was a 1934. So yeah, so two lower would have been 22. It would have been sitting here at 22. So you can see this is 2 strike prices. This is 3. This is 4. Okay, you would have absolutely been able to get one under the $20 mark at that point with it blowing out. I mean, that's what, 4 and then 98. Let's see. Yeah, 4 is right there. So you can see it went well past. It went about 4 or 5 strike prices through in that little 2-hour one. So yeah, so it looks like the 2-hour binaries in silver, there was some play in that one. And again, it had pulled up to a level to take lower risk. Easy 2 to 1 on that one. Easy 2 to 1. Would not use that level. So if we do base and start coming back up again, at this point, the level's been breached at the top. Be cautious. Don't use it again. I think you're getting a little bit risky if you do that one. A little, I don't want to say risky, but maybe a little greedy, right? Getting a little greedy on that one. The levels had its time. It's over. What? Why is she messaging me? Okay, sorry. Like, Melissa knows that I'm in the middle of a webinar. What is she doing? Yeah. Oh, she's messaging me about Kip. Sorry. Okay. What? Okay. All right, so yeah, I think it's coming down. Let's look at the indices today. And again, extremely dangerous, but these were the setups today. They're already drawn on here because I had already set them up. As you can see, here's trade number one in the ES. Again, the 9 o'clock window, 9:15. Let's drop it down to a 15. I'm not going to cheat on some. As you can see, it drove up right at the 9:15 candle. This is a level that I had marked off. It was actually a bit of a gap, and we had a test right here. This test showed me that there were still sellers there. That's what it looked like. So the opening print technically was the second red candle. This right here, you know what? I'll do this fancy thing. This is technically the opening print, but as you can see, this one was pushing up right ahead of time, and I knew there was going to be fireworks today, so that's why I got in there a little bit early to mark this one off. And you can see it's been pretty much straight down. I mean, it is blowing the 1 to 3 out of the water. Target-wise to the downside, I mean, obviously there's going to be an obvious area down here. That's the last time that we saw buyers, but at this point, the trade is out. And I feel like the way this is accelerating. Oh, here you go. We could keep lifting rates sharply for some time. There's your big headline. I knew there was another one coming in. These are the unfortunate costs. Yeah, for some time. Let's see, what is the dollar doing now? Yeah. Dang. I told you there was going to be another comment. There's the comment. There you go. Just tag the level. There's the profit right there. There's your spike up. Your 10 o'clock spike. Look, shot down, came up. I believe this one is done. Yep. So there's your euro trade. That is done. Euro yen still chopping through, not moving enough. This one, unfortunately, look how close we were. So close to triggering that one, and then it's pulled all the way back again. The dollar CAD, there you go. See, now we're flirting with that 50-50 one. Look at that, the 50-50 level. Here you go, 1030 reversal. I think could be in on this one. I want to say that I'm like in love with this one. I do love the fact that this is the 50-50, but at the same time, it's like, it needs to go right to there. 50-50, 1030, but you got Powell dropping bombs like that. Like, and again, look at this nice pop. Look, it came down, it grabbed our profit target. Look at that. 10 o'clock grabbed our profit target. And again, look at the whip. Look at the whip in that one. Let's just take everybody out that thinks they want to play in the dollar yen market before punching higher. So this is good. I like the dollar yen going higher too. Whew, excuse me. Love that. So yeah. What's gold doing now? Yeah, pushing back down again. And silver, look. Again, that 9 to 11, you got 30 minutes. You can see that this was at least one, if not, this is 2, this is 3, so it's actually pushing even lower. The 9 to 11, obviously, the 11 is coming in 30 minutes, so right there. And you can see that it is, again, the at the money would have been, there would have been the at the money, right? 33, 28. There you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It actually moved 5 beyond, and we're almost even farther than that. Look, it's in 30 minutes. Look, it's going down. There was the comment. We knew. There it is. Yep. It's absolutely focused on taming the highest inflation in 4 decades. So they're acknowledging it. I mean, it got that way to the highest level because you did nothing. So yes, thank you for playing. All right. So anyway, here was the setup this morning. There you go. Profit target is now tagged, and the market's like, oh God, we're getting obliterated now. Yeah. So again, opening print setup is a little bit early, about 15 minutes, but it was an easy level with a gap with a confirmation. You guys should have grabbed it. NQ, also a similar scenario. Grabbed that same area, and here is where the confirmation came in at. It went low, 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 base, pulled back, and boom, confirmed. Drew that level of risk, and this is the old trade from yesterday. The Harry Potter went up. You can see that it did go past. It hit the profit target, came back down. We were talking about a little pop here. It came back down and grabbed it at 6:30 this morning. Actually, the 5:30 kind of reversal. 5:30 reversal is right here. There's your 5:30 reversal. Europeans pushed it down, grabbed this old level, went right back up. Okay, but we'll move for that now. That is out. Profit target hit. That's tagged. Same setup. And 1 to 3 is right there. So this one, 9:15 was the peak. A little bit early on the opening print, but we had already had it marked off. And this is what that level looked like. Gap, base, confirmation. Boom. 2 for 2. Here is the next one. Level, same touch, wasn't as high. So this one, 8:30 was here. Here is the 9 o'clock. So the 9:15 was up there, and it was kind of like, a little bit deep, right? But there was a level of basing, and the confirmation is sitting right here. Not as big, but it was like, wait a second, obvious level of basing. Drop, basing, nice push out with a confirmation. A little bit shy of the 50, so sorry. So sorry, halfway back traders. Same monstrous move. And here we go. 1 to 3 is right there. So you can see, well blown out of the water. Where does this one stop? Honestly, I wouldn't try to catch a bottom in this one today. There will be some profit taking, most likely somewhere down in here. Probably down in there. But again, if you're already not out with profit on this one, I would say so sorry. There's not much else you can do. The move has just happened. This was the comment that we were waiting for. So, yeah, that was the comment we were waiting for. At this point, you're just trying to, you're trying to get the peanuts afterwards. But yeah, it will retrace back a lot. And then again, this one, Russell was the one that had to screw it up, right? We had the confirmation, we had the base in here. We're in a racetrack above. It's like, oh, how much more can it move? And you can see that here is the 8:45. Here is the 9:15. We started there. Actually, this was the 9. The 9 was the green one, and then that's where the 9:15 happened. So could you have gotten short on this one? Yeah, a little bit harder futures-wise to get in, and Russell always is. It's always a little bit more challenging. Had you had traded this one Nadex-wise, yes, even with the additional risk, even if you said, well, there's my zone, but look, we'll mark it that way. Even if you had done this and said, listen, here's my risk level in this one, your 1 to 3 is sitting right there. So it blew it out of the water. So, again, all came in a little bit early. I would say, the reality is you're not going to get into 4 of the same trades. This one being a little bit higher, it was not as clean. It had a little bit more room to run. On a conservative level, right? On a conservative level, I would say that we're probably 3 for 4 on entries, right? Just with the case being made on this one that it's 9 o'clock and it was rallying higher. You should have been looking for a short, but we may not have been able to find a decent level, right? We're not able to define the risk. As far as everything else goes, as far as the entries go, obviously, depending on where you ran this one to, you're at a 1 to 7 right now. Actually, 1 to 8 is what we just tagged. So monstrous move, but again, we only count 1 to 3s. We're not about trying to bake the goods here. It's just not my style. 1 to 3 is what our initial targets always are. And again, could you have held it longer? Yeah, absolutely. But +3, +3, +3. And you can see all of them had monstrous moves down, 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 and then Russell may be the one that we didn't get an entry because it started above the zone. But had you been looking to get short, things make decent sense. And again, we're starting to see the dollar there. And there you go. We just talked about that reversal. How about that for the reversal? I had to go in here and do it. I had to do it. I don't know if it's like, 1, 3. Actually, it's right there. Yeah, right there. So it's out. Yep. There you go. It's officially out. So remember we talked about being at a highly technical market? There you go. Right? And this is why sometimes you got to go down lower and kind of see what they're looking at. And you may say, wait, what is this? What is this going on here? Right? This is what it is. How about that for a technical market? Right? And again, this is the old, move that back, but you can see it. It's already in the area we're looking for selling. Drop it to a 5-minute. Love that shape. Awesome, amazing shape. Also brackets us in, went higher. And guess what? If you had been a 68.1 trader or 61.8, you didn't get an entry. So sorry, Fibs. 50% you would have, sure, right? But not 61.8. And again, took a little bit less risk on it, and it is officially out. So how about that? How about them marbles, guys? How about that marbles? All right, so I would say, nope. Can't even look at it right now. Ernest is not doing his job. So let's see. Actually, I'll do one more thing. I'll try one more time. Let's go to stream, elements, giveaways. Nope, not working. All right, so they're not link up for some reason. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out later. All right, so yeah, I can't do a drawing today. So we'll roll the drawing back into Monday. Like I said, it can't find anything right now. I'm not exactly sure why, but it can't. It's logged in. It knows we're logged in. It can show me that we're live, but it can't figure out what's going on. So not exactly sure what's import data. I don't know. I'll figure it out this weekend. All right. So with that said, again, you guys have a great weekend. I think we're probably get a couple more headlines out, but for the most part right now, we know what's going on. The big headline was this one. We're going to be doing this for some time. We're going to keep adding to it. So thank you guys for joining today. I will catch you guys on Monday. Everybody have a safe weekend. Just FYI too, Tuesday is my birthday, so I am not going to stream on Tuesday morning. I'm taking the day off, and I told Melissa don't plan anything because I literally want to lock myself in a room and not be doing stuff. So I'm off on Tuesday. So just FYI. But Monday we will be on. Hopefully we got some good weekend gaps this weekend. That way I don't have to worry about Tuesday. So with that said, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Be safe, everybody. And thank you for joining me.